Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to your new moon readings. Now, you don't always see me at the beginning of some readings. If any of you are just wanting to zap straight through to the readings and you don't want to listen to me talking about the kind of energy that's going on, the timestamps are in the description below, and I've put them in a comment as well, so you can move through to the cards and the drawing of the runes and the charms as well, and then to the readings. But I just wanted to touch base with you to say hi, hello. I hope you're all doing okay, and to talk to you a bit about the energy that's around us at the moment, because to be honest, it's pretty huge in terms of, I'm going to say the potential for us. Energy's energy. You know, it's coming in. We're being affected by the planetary, the incoming planetary alignments, the incoming planetary energy. And there are a billion really, really good astrologers. Well, maybe not a billion, but there are lots of really, really good astrologers out there on YouTube that you can connect to really learn in depth, kind of a lot more about what's going on. But given that I'm doing some new moon readings, I do just want to touch base with you on how the moon connects, particularly with the overall astrodynamics, and talk about how we can use the energy to our own advantage in terms of our manifestations, in terms of remaining grounded, in terms of finding empowerment, particularly at times of upheaval, accelerated growth, and just a ton of stuff going on. And we're seeing this, you know, the stuff that's going on, there's loads of things going on globally, also personally. We have just come out of, I think, one of the most powerful Mercury retrograde periods that I've ever experienced, to be quite honest. And everyone I've spoken to has experienced the same. They've all experienced, you know, unique to their own world, of course, but they've all experienced a variety of different challenges, upheavals, things not running smoothly, a lack of energy, all kinds of stuff that has been going on. Now, right here and right now, we have a very powerful new moon in Virgo. It's why I'm doing these readings on the day, right in the energy of this. The energy of Virgo is with the moon. The influence of Virgo for the moon means that we can actually really see some of the finite details of the things that we need to change in order to take real pragmatic actions to move forwards and actually create changes. We are now in eclipse season. Eclipse season means that we're in a portal of energy where we can begin to see how the past has created the present. And this means that right here and now, in the present, we can actually start to make changes, to do things differently, so that we change the shape of our future. We are all co-creating all of the time. It's just that we don't do it very consciously. Most of the time we are thinking on autopilot, or we're acting in a way that is, you know, we're just responding to the world as it arrives on our doorstep very often. But the things that we think, the things that we do are creating the shape of our future tomorrow and onwards as well. So eclipse season is a real window of opportunity. The Virgo energy of this new moon is a real opportunity to almost like rewrite your story, to launch a rocket of desire. If stuff is going on around you that is not running smoothly, and that is highly likely given the kind of almost, I would say, erratic energy that's going on around us. Mercury is now moving direct, but Uranus is stationed direct, and Uranus is one of the big players. Uranus is known as the Great Awakener. When any of the planets station direct, at that moment, their kind of energy is amplified. And Uranus is at a particularly sort of critical degree, moving towards the end of one sign, moving into the next. So is Neptune, coming to the end of Pisces, moving into Aries. Pluto is at that critical degree, moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. We've got all these really big energies at these absolutely transformational, pivotal turning points that globally affect us all. So we're seeing things happen. Personally, we're seeing things happen in the bigger world. But let's bring it back to the moon. A new moon is a time when we set wishes and intentions. A new moon is a time when the moon and the sun come together. It's like a sacred marriage. It's a point of balance in a way between the masculine and the feminine, the divine masculine, the divine feminine. It's a point of conception. And every new moon, we can set wishes and intentions for the coming moon month with all of the energy that's around at the moment. If things are feeling a bit erratic or a bit crazy or a bit topsy-turvy, or you just feel like you're getting your head above water and then suddenly you feel like something else rocks up and you're thrown off balance, that's kind of how the energy is at the moment. But within those experiences, there is an opportunity for you to firstly kind of notice what you're being shown with that, because there'll be information that's telling you what's working in your world and what isn't, and maybe what needs to change. What do you need to change right here and right now? What do you need to see? What's becoming visible to you? Are there thinking patterns you need to shift and address? Are there circumstances that you need to approach differently? We can use the window of opportunity in the craziness to really identify what's working and what isn't. There's a lot of information being thrown at us, but there's a lot of good information in there if we get still enough to listen. And because of this eclipse season portal of energy, this is here, this energy, this window is here to help us, to empower us. If something isn't working, then it's showing you that you kind of want the opposite. It's like a contrasting experience. So it enables you to launch a rocket of desire of what you do want on the basis of really getting very clear about what you don't want. So we can make choices and decisions at this moment in time that are going to be very empowered by the energy. We might see things happen and change quite quickly. We might see windows of opportunity arrive for us. If you say no to something that isn't working for you, the universe might open a door to a yes very, very quickly, and it might come in a very unexpected way. But that's because you're aligning with the energy of transformation and you're working with it. You're actively co-creatively working with this energy. You're listening to what works, you're listening to what doesn't work, you're aligning yourself, your wishes, your thoughts, your intentions with that kind of bigger picture. Whenever we say no to something that isn't working, I think the universe gets up and starts to celebrate on our behalf, and that opens windows of opportunity for what we desire to come to us. So I think this is a very profound new moon. Now, the energy of Virgo can be absolutely wonderful in paying attention to the details. So you might be shown some quite little things that have big implications that you can then attend to. Remember, little steps, lots of little steps can make a very, you can climb, lots of little steps climb a mountain. So there's real opportunity here. If, however, the Virgo energy influences you in a way that is activating your inner critic, because Virgos, beautiful souls, you are fabulous at the detail, but you can actually pick yourselves to pieces in a way that really limits your horizons because you're critical of yourselves. So if you have a raging inner critic, then be very conscious of that. If something isn't working out, if something isn't flowing, it's not because there's anything wrong with you. It's showing you that you need to be working on the opposite or course correct or find an alternative. You're being shown what doesn't work in order to take action to move you towards what will work for you, what will align for you, what will make your heart sing, what will make you happy. Anytime you feel a wobble, get centered. Just get still and become engage your witness self. Become an observer of your own experience and really notice what's going on around you. Look at what you're being shown. Look at what is available for you to see so that you can then pay attention to those details and make decisions and choices right here and right now with a view to creating the future that you desire. It means you'll be saying yes to some things, you'll be saying no to some others. Rather than looking through that lens of inner criticism, when you start to put yourself down or feel as though you don't deserve something or start to get very, very critical or judgmental of yourself, sometimes we can even feel judgmental of others if they're not working in alignment with what we desire. But everything is being shown to you with purpose. And what's happening at the moment in terms of, I think, the bigger picture, I'm currently really putting the final touches to my Manifest with the Moon, Astro Moon diary and journal for next year. Currently working on the final touches for the diary. And so I'm really in that energy of next year. It's pivotal. I think we're getting a flavour of what's to come, except it's going to be bigger and more intense next year. There's a lot of really big shifts coming. So if you're able to stand your ground, remain centered, hold that spiritual outlook of recognizing that everything is arriving with purpose, and whatever you're being shown, it's here to assist you in finding the right direction forwards for you, in helping you to navigate, to say yes to certain things, no to other things, to show you how and where you need to step up, to identify any inner thinking patterns or any inner dialogue that isn't working for you and shift that. All of these things, if we respond to them and we notice them, we have to notice first, and then we respond, are actually here to kind of create empowerment. And the more you are centered in your own kind of sovereignty, your own agency, your own awareness of your own free will and conscious choice. You know, we can't change what happens externally, but we can choose what we do in response to it. You know, the more you practice this, and it's there for us all to learn. I mean, it's a lifetime of learning. I don't think we ever kind of completely get it, but, you know, that's part of being human. But the more we learn to do this, the more, especially now, I actually think the more easily we are going to handle the massive shifts and transformations that are coming next year and indeed the year after. So beautiful souls, I wanted to touch base with you, so check in with you and say thank you for being here. Thank you for your love and support of me and your love and support of one another, especially as well. This is a day to really get still, get centered. Be that witness self. Observe your life. If you're able to take some time today to review your world, have a really good look around and write a list of all the things that are working, and, you know, really commit to seeing them through and continue with them. And also maybe make a list of things that aren't working or things that you haven't yet managed to manifest. And then kind of really think about anything in your world that isn't in alignment with those things that you want that you haven't yet got. And then kind of shift your energy to focusing on having them and removing any blocks to them. I really think today is a window of opportunity to start to approach things differently from a perspective of real conscious awareness. So beautiful souls, I'm going to stop talking now and move on to the readings. I've got 3 different tarot packs today, and I have got the 3 beautiful cards of the moon to start with from the 3 tarot packs that we're going to be using for the 3 readings. I'm going to draw runes and charms with you and then move into the readings and see. We'll ask actually about launching a rocket of desire on this day of very profound transformational energy. So beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in a moment, and I will see you for drawing the runes and the charms with the cards as well. Let's shift the camera down. So beautiful souls, these are the moon cards that we have that we're going to use for this new moon in Virgo, for your new moon readings, and we are asking about launching a rocket of desire. Any advice and guidance that your spirit team can bring you to really shift anything that might be in the way of you creating the future that you wish to create for yourselves. Any information and guidance about using the energy to launch that rocket of desire and to succeed in manifesting it in real terms. So pile 1, we are using the moon card. This is from the Tarot of the Divine. Let me show this to you. Okay. This is the little book from the Tarot of the Divine, just in case any of you are interested. I always list the cards below, and I put links there as well for any of you to find them if you wish. Now, for pile 1, you have the rune of Harvest. Oh wow, okay, Jira, Harvest, that's rather super good. Liking that very much. And your charm is a leaf. Okay, that's rather lovely. Okay, so you have a leaf and Jira, the rune of harvest. If I can put this onto something so you can see it better. Put it on that little circle there, that might work. Yeah, Okay, cool. Right, pile 2, we are using the Wandering Star Tarot. This is the moon card from the Wandering Star. Okay, this is the little book here that comes with that particular pack. Okay, for those of you that are keen on the cards and seeing more of them. And you have the rune of Nathis. This is the rune of constraint. You also have a star with a beautiful little fairy sitting in it. Very lovely energy, actually. Okay, let's grab another little wooden button. Let's put your little charms on them. I know some of you have said it would be really nice to try and see the charms more clearly when you're choosing your piles, so hopefully that's going to work. Okay, and lastly, we have, here am I drawing your runes and your charms. You've got Gibo, the rune of partnership, and a spiral. But let me first show you the cards. So this is from the Light Seers Tarot. This is the moon card from that pack. Okay, and you have Gibo, the rune of partnership, and a lovely spiral charm as well. There we go. Now this is the Light Seers Tarot pack. This is the little book that accompanies it. Okay, there are some images. Look at that, opened on the star. Okay, so beautiful souls. These are the cards, the runes and the charms for your new moon readings. Now, I'm going to leave the camera running just for a little bit longer for those of you that would like a little bit more time. And I kind of think, particularly given the nature of the energy today, if there is more than one area of your world that you are manifesting, more than one thing, which is probably true for most of us, we're usually manifesting in more than one area at a time, I would suggest that you might want to, just to give it your fullest attention, what we think is what we create, you might want to focus on each of those areas one at a time and see if you are drawn to a particular reading for a particular area of manifestation, and just see what comes through for you. You may already feel that you've been drawn to a particular pile or more than one pile, in which case always trust your intuition. But I do feel there may be more than one message coming through for you, particularly at this point in time when the energy is primed to really align your thoughts, your words, your actions, your deeds with whatever it is that you want to manifest. And it's highly likely for most of us that there's more than one thing that we want to manifest, whether that's immediately in your world or even a wish and a dream for the collective, for the bigger picture, for global humanity. So whatever you are tuning in with, my beautiful souls, I would suggest possibly focusing on one area at a time. Just take yourself into a little bit of a meditation. You can always come back to this part of the video or press the pause button if you want to take a bit longer. Beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Hey Pile 1, welcome to your reading. I love that you have the rune of harvest, Jira, and you also have a leaf. It really came through strongly, actually. I was picking up on the energy of the fall. So something, coming to fruition, something coming to a point of harvest for you. I suspect this reading may be connecting, for some of you at least, to something you are already working on. Maybe you're wondering whether it's going to come to fruition, whether what else can you do to help to move it along. But let's draw more cards first of all. Let's get some oracle cards for you first. So we have 2 from this pack showing up for you. I'm actually seeing that one. Okay. I'm going to use this little pack as well. Okay. And one more pack. Actually, it's that one for you. I think it's both. Let's go with these. Okay, so your first oracle card, or we have more, but let's just look at this one first. So this has a little, kind of verse on the back here, or a message. Let your love overflow. At the end of your life, you will be asked, how deeply did you love? Okay. Okay, we have good vibes and healing. That's really interesting. Good vibes and healing. You have the owl and the hop, wisdom. You have Mars motion, square, semi-square, quincunx, tension. And look at these two owls. Owls, birds. I'm saying owls, isn't that interesting? Now it's what we call a Freudian slip when you say something, because they're not owls at all. They look like swallows or swifts, actually. Yes. Okay, and then we have growth, the green man. Wonderful. Okay, good vibes, healing. Right, okay. I think you've been waiting for something. I think you've been waiting for something, and there is now a degree of tension around it. Okay, my beautiful souls, you've been waiting for something. I think possibly it's reliant upon someone else to show up. I think there's something you're manifesting, and it's not just down to you. You're having to wait for somebody else to show up, or somebody else to make an effort. And I think you've been getting a bit frustrated. I think you want to move it forwards, but there's tension around, definitely tension around a somebody, I think, or someone who hasn't, or something, yeah, someone, I think is really where I'm going with, actually, if I'm honest. There's been a clash of, even possibly a conflict of interest. I'm going to actually draw your tarot cards and see what we're shown here. May we please have information and guidance about launching this rocket of desire? We have the card of the lovers. Okay. Yeah. We have the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands. Okay. That's very interesting. How fascinating. We have the Death card and we have the Tower. Oh my goodness me, you couldn't have more transformational cards, could you really? Wow. Okay, I think there's something you've got to let go, actually, here. With the Lovers and the Three of Wands. I think you've got to sort of climb out of the hole around something. I think there has been something that was very, very, very significant for you. And I feel that there is something you have to leave behind. You've got to cross this bridge. That's what I'm seeing here. It's one of those scenarios when you could dwell on something and let it go over and over and over and over. I kind of think, like with your new moon wishes and intentions, the key here is to make a really strong commitment to look ahead, to make a choice, to know that whatever tension there was, it just was. Do you know, for some of you, I feel like you were headed off at the pass. Something didn't work out. I think you saw something as having really good vibes, as having potential growth. I think you may even have seen someone as somebody who could bring healing to you or help you in some way. And I don't think it worked. It could have ended abruptly. I do feel you were headed off at the pass, actually, interestingly enough. I think there was purpose to the fact that something was transient rather than permanent. Yeah, motion. But I feel it also then left you with a little bit of an aftertaste in some way. That's really the word that's coming to my mind. This is a point of turn. This is a point when you can choose to grow a new harvest, to put this down and recognize that it was never meant to be. It's time to move forwards. This is a pivotal turning point for you, but the choice is yours. That's kind of what your spirit team is saying. I think it's really recognizing that whatever conflict or tension there was, this is about moving beyond it, making a clear-cut choice to live again, to love again, to heal, to bring good vibes into your life, to know that you deserve to have a completely flourishing world. This is all about choice, actually. The Lovers is principally a card of choice. Funnily enough, I do feel like something can come to fruition here. So if you have had a discord with someone, but you have really been unable to move beyond it, it's time to put it down and kind of almost make your peace, okay? Just to recognize that there's wisdom and learning here for everybody. If there's something where the tension was too great and it ended, it's time to recognize that it was meant to end. And it's time to move beyond it. This is a moving beyond something. It's a crossing the bridge. It's a moving forwards. Putting something to rest. Accepting that there was learning. Accepting that there was a difference of opinion or a difference of experience. I'm going to draw more cards for you, beautiful souls. I want to know about launching this rocket of desire. Okay, I feel I'm being almost shown what is currently, it's that eclipse window, being shown what is currently holding you back, what is currently in the way of you manifesting. For many of you, it's love, it's intimacy, I think, with the Lovers, but it doesn't have to be. This could be a working relationship, whatever it is. There's something in your world, it could be friendship. There is something in your world, though, that has a clash or a difficulty or discord has caused there to be a disruption, and it is affecting your ability to manifest. So let us ask, can we have additional guidance about launching a rocket of desire? Wow, your cards are so energetic, so literally, I can barely hold them, which is really interesting. Look at that. We have the Three of Hearts, Three of Swords. Isn't that interesting? Here am I saying Three of Hearts, Three of Swords. We have the Judgment card. And we have the King of Pentacles showing up. Okay. What I'm kind of hearing here is it's almost like everyone is a winner here, actually. There is a really positive outcome here from this. Judgments can be made. That's what I want to say. I feel there really has been an argument or something hanging over you, discord or not seeing things in the same way. Perhaps for some of you something wasn't said, and for others of you it was said in no uncertain terms. There is a bridge to cross. There is a hole to climb out of. I think that you can, at the very least, kind of potentially be friends again. For some of you, you'll choose to walk away, but there's something about just laying something to rest and letting it go. It did really, really affect you. I really think it did. But back to this lovely card that we started with, your first oracle card. Let your love overflow. At the end of the day, you will be asked, how deeply did you love? If you are harbouring challenging thoughts and feelings towards somebody, the person that they're going to be affecting the most is actually you. And that's the biggest issue here, I think. It's a general reading, so I'm reading for many people. I feel there is something within you that could still be simmering, basically. Still feels unresolved. And you're being asked to really take some form of action to move beyond this. Whether it is simply walking away, taking a radically different approach, or indeed it's about actually, accepting the learning, recognizing that maybe judgments have been formed and it's better to put them down. It's really time to really grasp kind of what you want rather than what you don't want. Because the discord, I think, is causing a problem for you. Let's ask about a rocket of desire. Knight of Wands, you are being asked to take action here. There's no question of it, my beautiful pile one. We have the Empress, absolutely. Wow, to have the Green Man and the Empress. This is, and the King of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, these are big cards. We have the Sun. We have the Two of Cups. And lastly, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay. Right. Pile one. Let your love overflow. At the end of your life, you will be asked, how deeply did you love? Now, this is about love in its purest form. Love that embodies respect, love that embodies consideration, letting something go, not dwelling on it, recognizing people's limitations, love of yourself, recognizing that it doesn't do you any good to dwell on something that isn't okay. It's time to climb out of some sort of hole here and to really embrace love. You have the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups. Be really crystal clear about what you want rather than what you don't want. And even if somebody caused you unease or made you feel uncomfortable, that is getting in the way of you moving forwards. It's like the moment you clear this, you take a radically different approach here. You just say, do you know what? I'll build the new from the old. Whether that's the rubble of something that you're leaving behind you permanently, or it's the rubble of a great big argument, and you just think, how can we ever recover from this? Well, do you know what? It's really time to work out how to. Get really clear about it. Get creative about it. If this is someone you want to maintain a connection with, friendship, colleague, otherwise, then send out the olive branch. And if it's not someone you want to, then walk away with a clear, clean cut kind of, do you know what, I'm setting forth into the new. Take action now and be prepared to nurture the new. Either way, with the Empress, we are seeing an abundance of new love coming into your world, whether this is a reunion of two souls who fell out, or whether it is a reunion of, I guess, a meeting of someone new, because you're walking away completely from something that really can't really be salvaged. But you don't have to linger or cling to something about that, because all it's going to do is eat away at you and get in the way of you being able to manifest everything that you do desire. Love is central to your reading. Let your love overflow. At the end of your life, you will be asked, how deeply did you love? Pile one, I think the launching of your rocket of desire, I think what this reading is showing you is what needs to be addressed in order to cleanse, clear, and free you to manifest what you desire. Because if this is eating away at you, it will affect all of your manifestations across the board. And for those of you that are wanting to manifest either some harmony back into an existing connection with someone, or new people that you can love and be connected with and really resonate with, however you look at it, this is about just putting it down and not letting it linger in your mind or in your world anymore. Really get really clear in your mind. And I think the moment you make that decision, you take an action, whatever that action is, so it's going to be a moving forwards, there's definitely an action, a motion to take here that takes you away from what has happened and launches you into the pathway of the future that you want to manifest. With the Empress and the Green Man and the King of Pentacles too, I mean, wow. I can't help feeling that this will start to manifest pretty quickly if you can just cleanse yourself of any form of resentment, lingering not okayness. I think the moment you release that, I think the way is clear for the universe to just respond to you, and potentially very fast, actually. That's what I would say. My beautiful souls, Thank you so much for being here. This is your reading. This is how to launch that rocket of desire. Whatever you want to manifest, it's about letting go of something first. Clear the decks, and then literally you can start to take actions. I mean, the first action is to move away from something, to let it go, to move beyond it. And the moment you do that, I think the universe will literally, you'll see the way out of this. You'll see the way forwards. I think your world will radically change. And with all the Uranus energy, with Uranus stationing direct, I see this lightning bolt here. I think it could change pretty fast, my beautiful souls. So, wonderful pile one, I am sending you all the love in the world. Thank you so much for joining me for these readings. It's magical to be connected with you all. It really, truly is. Tons and tons of love, pile one. Pile two, welcome to your reading, beautiful souls. You have Nathis, the rune of constraint. What is this about? And yet there is so much hope around you with this, I'm going to say this Venus star with the fairies sitting in it. Let's draw your oracle cards. Okay, that's your first card. We'll look at the message on the back in just a moment. What else do we have here? Seeing this one and also this one for you. Okay, and we have sovereignty. This is very, very interesting. The vulture and asphodel, upheaval. We've got Mars motion. We've got Venus beloved, the vulture and asphodel. Okay. Vulture and upheaval. I do want to say, beautiful souls, I think, you know, when I said, if you watch the bit at the beginning, I sort of said that Virgo energy, you can pick yourself to pieces. I think you might be someone who picks yourself to pieces. I think something that you haven't yet brought forth or you haven't yet manifested. And I think you have been incredibly patient. I do feel that you are somebody who gives yourself quite a hard time. We've got the energy toxic. And we have strength. Oh my goodness me. This is very profound, pile two. Your card says, let go of who you think you should be and embrace who you are. Okay, yeah. I think you really, really, really give yourself a very hard time, my beautiful pile two. I think you have a raging inner critic. I think you often kind of almost like perform to do what people expect of you. Gosh, and I also want to say, beautiful souls, I'm going to say I think people take advantage of you. I think there have been some really toxic people who have seized the moment because you're so delightful and you're so lovely and your energy is so generous and so warm and so loving. But the roots of this go back. That's what we're being shown here. We better get some more information. Let's draw your tarot cards. We want to know how you can launch a rocket of desire, how you can be helped to manifest what you really, really desire. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I'm actually seeing those cards there, all of these, and that one too. These cards are all coming out. I'm just going to place these to one side. We'll use them in a moment. Okay, you have the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Page of Wands. Okay. You have the Five of Swords. You have the Page of Swords, and you have the Mother Star. Now that's an extra card in this pack. Okay, let me move these along so we can get everything in for you. I think we can do that. Let me move these cards out of the way. We'll look at those in just a moment. I think that's pretty much getting everything in view for you. Gosh, beautiful souls. I feel really quite emotional. I think you have been given a really, really hard time by somebody really toxic, or a group of people who were really toxic, or an environment that was really toxic. I think you were probably the one that often, actually, maybe this, for some of you, this could go way back to childhood. It's like, I think you were the one that picked up the pieces. I think you were the one that took charge. I think you've been targeted. Some of you have been really targeted. You found the strength to carry on despite every setback. And I think there are many who would not have been able to pick themselves up from some of the things that you have experienced. I mean, it's been, I just have a real feel of trauma. You know, the Vulture and Asphodel speaks about actually trauma. It's time to realise, beautiful soul, that you are really, really loved. You know, that there are messages here from your spirit team. You are loved. There are those on the other side who are saying to you, you are loved. There's a very profound message here that's also saying, look, everything that you have been through actually served a purpose. You're actually going to be reaching a point, and I think it's shifting pretty soon, where you are going to really rise. You're going to be seen. I mean, look at the Mother Star. Look at the card of sovereignty. Yeah, I think you're going to rise. You're going to be seen. For some of you, I think it is literally stardom. Literally stardom. People who treated you really badly will see you shining. You'll make it. You're going to do amazingly. But I do think what you have been through has had a massive impact on you. And this reading is really saying to you, firstly, it's acknowledging that you're actually on track. Okay, you may not feel like it. You may not feel that you have fully recovered or fully managed to rise to success, or that the wheel has not yet turned in your favour, in your fortune, but it is going to. And I'm going to draw clarifying cards. That may be what these are actually about, because a whole load of extra cards came out. I do think that you've been, I say patient. I think you've had the patience of a saint in terms of what you've had to deal with, in terms of the toxicity, the upheaval. It's really interesting. You've got the Vulture and Asphodel, the word upheaval. And even in the Five of Swords in this pack, you actually have the word upheaval, conflict, loss. And that's what these cards are both speaking of here. And yet look at the snake transforming in the Wheel of Fortune here. Your fortunes are about to change. I think everything you've been through has made you the person that you are today. You have an inner strength. You have a sovereignty, a wisdom. I think you're going to be rising, genuinely. I think you're going to be rising. I think you're going to potentially, for some of you, be seen, literally stardom. That won't be for all, but within the world that you live in, I think, you know, you're definitely on the up. You have really, really had to pick yourselves up from some really, really, really big stuff. And I am so sorry that you've had to experience that. But you know what? Wow, this has made you the amazing you that you are today. You know, you are incredible. You really, really are absolutely incredible. And that is about to shift and be seen. So that even though, one of the messages here is just to say, be patient, keep going, don't stop now. Don't feel that just because something hasn't quite emerged that it's not coming. It is. This is about keeping going. Don't let the toxicity of others or the perception of others affect you or get you down. You're very sensitive to the energy of others because you've been through a lot, to be quite honest with you. Don't let the energy of others affect you. What other cards do we have here? Seven of Cups. Beautiful. Okay. We have the Page of Pentacles. Look at this, talent, skill, wonderful. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, and we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I think that actually some of you have been significantly taken advantage of, actually, at different times of your world. But what it's taught you is to use your instincts. It's taught you to use your intuition. You are full of promise. And interestingly enough, if you hadn't been through everything that you've been through, you wouldn't necessarily be where you are today. You have a different level of understanding because of, I think, the adversity, the struggles that you've been through. It means that you have a greater contribution to bring forth, to manifest in the world. Let go of who you think you should be and embrace who you are. You are absolutely remarkable. This is the turning point where I think it's about owning your sovereignty, owning your own agency, owning your own empowerment, not being held back by the perspectives or the perceptions of anyone else, kind of almost ever again. May we get additional guidance here. There is a turning point coming for you. May I have information and guidance as to what pile 2 can do to launch that rocket of desire. We have Ace of Cups. I think this is about believing in yourself. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Cups. See this card here, the Tower. How interesting. The Tower came out in pile 1 as well. How interesting. Okay, I think we do want one more, please. And the Magician. Oh, yes. Okay, this is about your sovereignty, your agency. Right, and self-love, self-care. I would love you to prioritize your own self-care at this time. Cut yourself some slack. Just, you're very, very sensitive at the moment, but part of that sensitivity is because you're very, very much in tune and in alignment with the transitional energy. And of course, what's happening is, in the world, we're seeing a ton of what I would call kickback from people who are really quite toxic, and they don't want anything to change because they were very, very happy with the world that worked for them, where they could, you know, kind of cause difficulty and harm for people and just look after number one in a selfish way. It's time for you in a very self-care, which is not selfish at all, you know, self-care in its truest sense, self-love, self-care it's an act of consciousness. It really, really is. So we're seeing you being invited here to really look after yourself, to recognize that you've been through a lot. And as you begin to step into the world and the changes that are coming to you, I think very quickly with the Tower card, and you are stepping into your own sovereignty, you are going to be manifesting quite actively, actually. The changes you desire are on their way, and I think you're going to be very pleased with them as well. But self-care throughout, my beautiful souls, and open yourself to accept help. We have the Three of Pentacles here. I think possibly you have been closed to help because you've been treated so badly by some people that you've kind of almost ended up feeling like you've got to go it alone, or that you can't trust anyone. This is about a shift in you hanging out, connecting with people who will look after you, who do love you, who do support you. Your connection with the divine is being enhanced. Your world is changing, my beautiful souls. Your world is really radically changing, and you are rising into your own empowerment. The more you rise into your own empowerment, the more you will realize how strong you have become, and how all of those awful toxic situations have actually kind of contributed to you becoming the person you are today. They've actually benefited you, because you wouldn't be you wouldn't be rising without them. I'm not suggesting that's made it easy in any way, shape or form, but I think you are rising, and I think within your heart of hearts you know that you are destined for something. There's this sense of destiny, of karma. You know that you are destined to do something, whether it's putting things right that were done badly or helping others because of the adversity you've been through yourself. One way or the other, you're destined for something. And I think that whatever that is, it's now coming into your life. At this point in time, it is the future that you are manifesting. Beautiful souls, it is time to literally release any connection to toxicity or other people's perspectives of you or of what you should or shouldn't be doing, and your own empowerment is on its way. It really is. Career beginnings, travel. For some of you, you may actually find yourselves moving. You may get a job offer. You may be traveling for your career. You may find that the world literally is opening up for you. But you are being guided. Your spirit team are so supporting you. People on the other side are walking with you and supporting you. There is so much love for you here. So much love. You really are loved. Venus, beloved, you have this star. There's such a validation of the fact that you have been really amazing. I think you've endured a lot, but it has made you the person you are. So let go of any connection to what you think you should or shouldn't do. Trust your instinct, follow your heart, because the world is opening up for you and things are radically going to change. Engage in your own self-love, and that's not an ego sort of self-love, it's a self-care. Recognize you've been through a lot, you're very sensitive to energy. So really, if you find you're having a day when you're feeling a bit overwhelmed and you also know that the energy is a bit topsy-turvy, well, cut yourself some slack. Give yourself a break. You can still chip away at a few things, but just be patient and, do some sort of more everyday things, rather than the big stuff. But beautiful souls, your world is changing in no uncertain terms. Your rocket of desire, I think you've already launched a rocket of desire. I think you've possibly launched it. If you've been setting new moon wishes and intentions, you might actually have been setting the same new moon wish and intention for quite a long time, and also been wondering if it was ever going to arrive. I think things are shifting, but it's partly because you've been through such a lot that you've needed to become the strong and amazing person you are today, confident in yourself, to be able to then draw to you and manifest exactly the world that you are wanting to have for yourself. But the manifestation is stepping up, the agency, the sovereignty, everything is coming through for you, and I think it's coming quickly. Just as things emerge and change, just let go of any connection to the toxicity of the past, and if anything, lean into a space of gratitude and just thank them all, whoever they were, for assisting you on your pathway of kind of almost of wholeness, knowing that you can now launch yourself forwards in the best possible way. And because you are sensitive to energy, some of you also will find that you have now got really heightened psychic abilities, clairvoyance, clairaudience, all of these, all of the clairs. They're coming to you with purpose, but of course you're very sensitive to the energy of the 3D world as well. So just cut yourself some slack. You are moving, you are growing, your world is escalating. I think the rockets of desire that you have been, the seeds you've already been sowing, are going to come to fruition. And this is a real honouring of you and asking you to persevere, keep going, don't stop. Because this is going to emerge. Pile 2, this is your reading. Gosh, I feel really emotional. I think you've been through some really, really big stuff, beautiful souls. Really big stuff. And wow, you've come through it and out the other side. You are amazing. I feel like there's a whole army of people on the other side, a whole army of angels, of guides, of spirit animals, just an army walking alongside you, supporting you, rooting for you. They've got your back. They really have got your back. So trust, lean into a space of faith, and you're going to be guided every step of the way. Pile 2, I'm sending you so much love. Beautiful souls, keep us posted. Let us know how this emerges. And thank you for being here and being a part of the Moon Magic Tarot channel. You are truly appreciated. Tons of love. Thank you for liking, for subscribing, for sharing, and all the things you do that support the channel. Tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's see what we are shown for you. You have Gibo, the rune of partnership, and a spiral, and we're asking about a rocket of desire. What can be done at this time of remarkable energy? So you have a very wise looking man coming through for you, and it says your life lessons will be repeated until they are learnt. Guidance is on the way. That's interesting. What else are we shown? We have Scorpio, investigate. Okay. And 10th house, authority. That's very interesting. Okay, now this card from the top was absolutely showing itself. How interesting, the vulture and asphodel. This came out in pile 2 as well. Okay, we have, that's the one. So did sovereignty. If you were drawn to pile 2, my beautiful souls, you may find there is a message there for you. Okay, so we have the vulture and asphodel. Then we have sovereignty. We have Scorpio. Investigate. We have 10th house, authority. This is about stepping up in some way. Okay. We have focus. And I'm seeing this card for you. And patience. Okay. Let's just lean into your energy. What kind of rocket of desire can pile 3 launch at this moment? Guidance is on the way. Let's draw your tarot cards and see what we are shown. See this one, and this one, and this one. We may draw more, I suspect, highly likely. We have Page of Cups. We have the Emperor. This is very interesting. Authority, sovereignty. Then we've got 5 of Pentacles. We've got 8 of Swords, and then we have King of Cups. Okay. I think, my lovely pile 3, what is this pattern here that we are being shown? I'm seeing loads of agency. We've got the Emperor, we've got the card of sovereignty. I'm seeing you being able to really take charge of something in your life. I'm seeing you stepping up. And yet, investigation is required. Now, Gibo is the rune of partnership. It's also the rune of a gift. Sometimes something is given to you, a gift of something. Octopuses are remarkably intelligent creatures. They're also very loving. You have the King of Cups. I do feel that you are moving to a place where you can be at the top of your game here with the Emperor. Literally, you could, in terms of manifesting, I think you could, if you hold your focus, I sort of feel like you could climb any mountain. Climb any mountain, achieve anything. You know, your dreams could absolutely come true. You could sail off into the sunset, the life of your dreams. And yet, there's something that you are currently being shown. It feels very, very, very current. There may be some kind of pattern or thinking pattern that you are tangling yourself in. There's something within you that you need to see. I believe it is within you, although it could be being mirrored to you. Yeah, something needs some investigation. Something needs to be brought to light for you to be able to see it clearly. Because it's the key to something. It's going to open a door for you. What are we actually shown? Let's get some more information. What is this key? What's being shown to beautiful pile 3? 4 of Pentacles. So I'm seeing you're not to hold on to something. Maybe it's holding on to some kind of a struggle or a feeling of lack. Or a feeling that you can't manifest when really you can. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Justice. Okay. How interesting, my lovely pile 3. I feel that all you actually have to do is kind of focus. You know what's coming through? The lion, you know the story of not the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, I always muddle these, of the Yellow Brick Road, the Wizard of Oz. And Dorothy was trying and trying and trying to get home, and she overcame all of these hurdles and these difficulties and these challenges, and then she finally gets to the end, having, you know, even defeated the Wicked Witch of the West. And the Wizard of Oz is actually quite an ordinary little person, really, so appearances are deceptive. But he comes out, and in the end he actually says, well, you've always had the power. Oh no, isn't it? I think they set forth in a balloon, and Dorothy somehow doesn't manage to get into the balloon, and she thinks that's it, and she can't get home. She believes she can't get to the end goal, as it were. And then suddenly along comes the beautiful Good Witch, and she says, all you actually have to do is tap your heels together, click your red shoes together, and make a wish, and it will come true. You know, and you'll find yourself at home. You've always had the power within you. You've always had the agency, the sovereignty to do this. You just didn't think you could. You didn't know you could. There is something here that you need to see. You have agency in something that you feel you haven't, or you have a choice in something. There's a pattern that's being followed, and it could be an inner belief. It could be that you believe you have to wait for everything. And it might be as simple as, because I think it's always something that's quite simple. It could be as simple as, in your thinking patterns, you're always thinking, when you make your wishes, for example, you might be thinking, you know, I want to wish for this in my future, as opposed to thinking, I want to wish for this now. You know, there could be something really quite simple in your thinking, in your wording, in your thoughts, that kind of almost keeps something always at a distance. It's always as a dream. You know, everything that I have certainly read, and certainly things that I've experienced that have happened very quickly, in terms of almost like miracles happening, are when I have asked for it now. And I've asked for it with real, almost like an urgency. And I feel there's I say an urgency, but a real desire, a real passion, as opposed to sitting and kind of, I feel there's an energy of you sitting and waiting, almost feeling as though one day this will happen. And it's like you have a belief that one day it will happen, but it's always like it's a long off distant dream, as opposed to it being now. I feel there is something you're needing to see here. Guidance is on the way that shows you how to climb that ladder, shows you how to release something, to let go of it, so you can manifest, especially with the 10 of Pentacles, manifest the world that you desire, your dreams here. With the card of Justice, it's kind of like, I think you have a feeling within you of a sense of genuine entitlement. I think you've worked really hard with the Vulture and Asphodel. I think you've been through a lot. You've had to step up. You've had to overcome some big hurdles. You've had to work to take an ownership of your own sovereignty. And yet, it is as if somehow, I feel it's something that could be quite simple almost, that is eluding you, something that's in the way of you, literally like that magic moment of realization when Dorothy is told, well, you've always had the power, all you actually have to do is wish, all you have to do is ask. But ask for it now, not in the future. Let's get more cards. This is really interesting. I feel you're being given extraordinary advice about manifesting, about your manifesting skills, about your own agency, your own capacity. I feel like you have to ask. Maybe there's something you want as well. With Gibo, the rune of partnership, maybe you need to ask Spirit or Source to help. It's interesting, when I was just speaking a moment ago and I talked about a sense of urgency, quite a long time ago I was in a really challenging situation, and I was driving it was a long drive, it was about a 3-hour drive, and it just felt like the odds and the obstacles were stacking up in front of me. And I literally did, I pulled over. I thought, I'm just going to get myself a coffee and I'm going to pull over. And I felt really stressed, and I thought I shouldn't actually be driving when I'm feeling stressed. And I just pulled over and I just asked my angels and said, you know, look, if I was trying to write a book at the time, the book that I wrote, about emotions, that some of you will have come across, mindfulness meets emotional awareness. And I actually just said, look, if I am to write this book, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, or I'm meant to be helping people, or I'm meant to, you know, to have a purpose, I need some help with this, because I can't give my focus to what I need to be doing with all of this stuff going on. I really need some help. And I asked for help, and I asked for a miracle. And literally the following morning, I got a phone call, and it was literally a miracle had happened. Something that just never happened had happened to solve the problems that were being put in front of me. I mean, it was mind-blowing. And I have never forgotten it, but I spoke with a very dear friend of mine after that, and she actually said to me, you know, we only ever ask our angels for help very often when things are really bad. And she was referring to herself as well. And she said, you know, how about we ask our angels for help on a good day as well? Could I have help with this, rather than help with a problem, which some of you may need help with a problem, but rather than help with a problem, how about just asking, this is what I would like. Could you please help me? Could I have a miracle now, today? Changing your language, shifting something, asking for help, opening yourself to receive help and guidance from the divine, from your spirit team. For some of you, it could be about asking for help from other people, or reaching out to someone, overcoming your fears of rejection, reaching out to someone. Look in the mirror and recognize how amazing you are. Stop holding these views of lack from within your mind. Let's draw more cards. May we get additional guidance, please, and advice about launching this rocket of desire. How interesting that you have a card here. And this is a card that actually tells you how to use the tarot pack. I didn't actually know this was still in here. What we see in the symbology of the tarot derives in large measure from our own intuition, and once revealed, reflects back upon each of us to further enrich our lives. But look at this, it's like this figure is on a quest. What we see in the world is being mirrored back. Your life lessons will be repeated till they're learnt. Guidance is on the way. I think there is something that's either being shown to you right now, it's right in front of you in your world, that's quite a gift, or there is something that is about to be shown to you, mirrored to you in some way. We have Knight of Wands and Ace of Wands. And it's going to be shown to you to show you what action you need to take, or how to take an action, how to move forwards. The Knight of Wands is a fast, action-packed energy. So is the Ace of Wands, to initiate something. I think you need to initiate something. Yes, something will come to a close. You may need to be asking for that miracle to draw a close to something that isn't working for you. It may be that you are being given an insight into exactly what you need to do to move forwards, to have the strength or indeed the courage to move forwards, to reach out, to ask for help. And we have the Two of Wands, which is all about looking ahead and having the energy, and we have the Ace moving to the 2. Okay, my beautiful pile 3, this is really, really fascinating. There is something going on around you that is mirroring something within you that needs to be shifted or changed. It could be a thinking pattern, it could be some form of language, it could be something that you're not taking action with that you need to take action with. But there is something around you, and if it's not around you, it's going to be shown to you. I think something is going to shift very quickly, and horizons will open up for you very, very, very fast. If you move beyond a mindset of feeling as though, almost as though something can't come to you, or it won't happen, or it's not okay for you to have this. Everything here is about you grasping something, just changing something within you. This is all about your agency, your sovereignty, your empowerment. And you are you're being shown something, and that something, the moment you take the action that follows from what you're shown, everything, I think, can then begin to open up and move forwards for you. I kind of feel I want to draw more cards for you. Let's draw more. What are pile 3 going to be shown, or how can they see what is in front of them, or how will this arrive? Could we get a clue as to how this will arrive? Okay, we've got the 3 of Pentacles. How interesting. So I think it will come from within your friendship group, your family group, your community. Queen of Cups. Okay. Strength again. And you have the card of the World. Wow. Okay. I think this is relating to something that is going on within your immediate circles of either friends, community. I think you might need to rise above it here with the Queen of Cups. Something's being shown to you. Maybe you don't believe that you can work in partnership. Perhaps you're not owning your spiritual gifts. Perhaps you're not owning your own self-value. Perhaps you are not really finding the courage to step up and be who you are. Perhaps with partnership there is someone you like, or someone you'd like to join, or someone you'd like to meet up with, or people you would like to receive help with. There is something here that you need to take an ownership of and embody what it's telling you. I think it's telling you that you're loved. I think it's telling you that you are far more powerful than you realise that you are. I don't think you own your own power. I don't think you own your own sovereignty. I don't think you own your own authority. Not fully. And the moment you own it fully, it's almost like everything you're trying to birth can then come forth. The world will literally be in your hands. Take an ownership of who you are. Something is being shown to you around you. I think it is honouring you. I think it is showing you how valued you are. I think it's showing you how loved you are, how appreciated you are. This is about self-recognition, self-empowerment. The moment you own this, I feel the energy will shift. Let's see if we can get any more cards. I feel like I just want to run through with this for you. Let me get some more cards to see how this then pans out. Okay, Knight of Swords. And we have the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, wonderful. So we've got the 3 of Pentacles showing up twice here. Yeah. I actually think you are going to find, interestingly enough as well, do you know, I think for some of you this is a message that's coming through, for some but not all. Something you really want is actually right in front of you, and maybe you're not asking or you're not reaching out. I think it could be within the immediate community around you. This is a message for some, not others. For some, that it could be that you're not tuning into your connection with the divine or your spiritual gifts. They're right in front of you. They're there. Have the courage to embrace what you want. For some of you, I think it is, if it is connected to partnership, it's right in front of you, or a person is right in front of you, or an opportunity to work with people, they're right in front of you. It's time to seize the moment and have the courage to take an ownership of what you desire, to stop and actually just say it. You know, what have you got to lose? What have you got to lose if you actually reach out and take an ownership of your gifts, your desires? This is full ownership, because your life lessons will be repeated until you honour what it is you truly, truly, truly desire. For many of you, there's something you want that is right in front of you, but you're not seizing the moment. Have the courage to step up and ask and voice and say. Wow. And ask your angels, your guides, for guidance, for the right moment, for divine timing. Look at that, Queen of Cups, your final card. How beautiful. Take an ownership of all that you know, that you love and that you want. However that is in the uniqueness of your world, I think it will be gifted to you, but you've got to own it and you've got to ask for it, both from your spirit team as well as in real terms. In the world around you, in your community, and in the people around you and the circumstances around you. This is like grasping something, because it is there for the taking, but you've got to choose to take it, rather than sitting in this place where you're forever feeling as though, can I have it one day? How about having it now? Pile 3, this is your reading. That's your rocket of desire. It's having it now. Wow. Owning it, saying it, wanting it, believing it. Asking for help and guidance and trusting that it will come, and it will come fast. Launch that rocket of desire from your heart, from your soul, and then keep us posted in the comments, beautiful souls. Tons and tons of love. It is wonderful to read for you, Pile 3. This feels quite miraculous. It's got that flavour of miracles around it. So beautiful souls, I am just sending you the biggest hug ever. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you again really, really soon. Tons of love.